He said the story still feels like a wound that never fully closes, because every time he tries to forget it, something drags him back to the day he destroyed the only person who genuinely loved him. He explained that it started on a Sunday morning in front of his entire extended family. He had gathered everyone for what he proudly called a family intervention, and his wife, who had no idea what was coming, walked in trusting him completely, thinking they were going to discuss a business matter and not her dignity. He remembered watching her enter the room, confused but calm, still in the oversized t-shirt she slept in, hair tied loosely, and she sat beside him without suspecting anything. That was when he stood up, chest high with confidence, and declared to everyone that he had evidence she was cheating. He said she didn't speak at first. She only stared at him like she was trying to figure out if he was making some sick joke. But when he raised his voice, pointing fingers and telling everyone that the child she was carrying might not be his, he saw something inside her shut down completely. Not anger, not fear. Just a stillness he had never seen before. A stillness that made him feel justified and made her look guilty to everyone watching. He said her silence pushed him even further because he wanted her to react, cry, beg, defend herself, anything to prove that she actually cared. But she only asked one question, quietly and steadily. Who is feeding you these lies? He ignored her and threw the DNA envelope on the table like it was a trophy he had earned. People gasped, his mother made a dramatic sound, his aunt grabbed her chest like she was performing in a stage play. He said he felt a rush of power as he opened the result in front of everyone. But when he read that the child was 99.99% his, he felt something in his stomach drop, though he kept his face composed. Instead of backing down, he insisted the test had been manipulated. He claimed she must have bribed someone. He announced he would run a second test. That was when she finally moved. He said she stood up quietly, walked to him, and asked if he truly believed she was capable of something so filthy. He didn't answer because he didn't want to lose face. Her voice didn't break. She didn't cry. She simply told him, "If you want another test, I'll take 10, but when the truth comes out, you won't survive it." And then she walked out. He said the room immediately turned cold. He expected comfort, validation, support, but instead, everyone began whispering. His mother said she had suspicions about his wife long before. She bragged that she had done her own investigations. She even said a police officer she knew confirmed things. That was the moment he realized his accusations weren't entirely his. They were planted, watered, and shaped by his mother's insecurities and bitterness. 2 weeks later, the second DNA test arrived with the same result. The baby was his. He said he felt the first wave of shame then, and when he tried to apologize to his wife, she only told him the apology was coming too late, not because she wanted revenge, but because he wasn't the only one who owed apologies. That was when she told him she wanted a full DNA family panel, not just for him and the unborn baby, but for him and his parents. He said he agreed, thinking she was being dramatic. He didn't expect anything from it. He didn't expect his world to collapse. But he said the moment the results came in, he stopped breathing. The test showed his father was not his father. The man he grew up calling dad, the man he defended, the man he thought he resembled, was not connected to him by blood at all. His mother had known the truth for decades. When he confronted her, she admitted it without hesitation. She told him she had an affair when she was young and that he was the result. She said she didn't tell her husband because she didn't want to destroy her marriage. She didn't tell him because she didn't want him to see her differently. He said he remembered his hands shaking as the papers fell from his grip. He remembered wanting to speak, but being unable to. The shame didn't just wash over him, it swallowed him whole. And then he remembered his wife's words. When the truth comes out, you won't survive it." He went home to beg her again, but she wasn't angry. She didn't throw insults or objects. She didn't scream. She just looked at him with a disappointment so heavy it crushed every bone in his body. She told him she would raise their child, with or without him. She told him she wasn't leaving yet because of the pregnancy, but she didn't feel safe loving him anymore, not after he used his voice to destroy her without evidence. He said her calmness hurt more than any anger could. Now he lives with two betrayals, the one he inflicted on his wife and the one his mother inflicted on him. He said the family isn't the same. Conversations feel strained. His wife now sleeps in the guest room, and every time he sees the ultrasound photo on the fridge, he is reminded that he almost ruined everything for a lie he never verified. He said he doesn't know if she will ever forgive him. He said, honestly, if he were her, he wouldn't forgive himself either. And he said the truth didn't just silence him. It remade him, piece by painful piece, into a man he no longer recognizes.